Hello everyone, it's Friday afternoon. We've come out wild camping. We're on the North Yorkshire moors. We've just left the village of Levisham and we're heading up onto Levisham Moor for the night. So this is the area that I got attacked by a pheasant. It was about a year ago now. As I walked through this gate, the little fella was just waiting down there. I thought, oh, this is a nice friendly pheasant. And then the assault began. Relentless for about 20 minutes. But it doesn't seem to be here, which is good, but I'll be honest, I feel quite emotional returning back to the scene of the crime. So our original plan was to head over the moor towards the Hole of Hawkham, but we had a few things to do this morning, so we've left it a bit late. So we're just going to head straight towards Skelton Tower, check that out because we've never been there before, and then maybe smooch across the moor that way and see if we can find somewhere to camp for the night. So we can see Skelton Tower now, which is all the way down there, so we'll go and check that out. Apparently it was built by, I think it was a reverend who built it as a little hunting lodge where he'd come and, you know, get away from everything. A few glasses of wine, a bit of downtime. So we'll check that out, and I've got a place where I think we might be able to pitch just to the right hand side of that. So here's the tower. Not very big, and there's not much of it left, to be honest. Little staircase here. That looks like possibly a fire, perhaps. A little chimney place for the upstairs. Not a bad little building, and you can certainly see why he decided to build it here. The views are just fantastic, especially with the autumn colours. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Just didn't want to come up to the moors or the dales tonight because we recently watched that horror movie called Inbred, which is based in Yorkshire, so she got a bit scared. So the wind's coming from the southwest this evening, which I think's in that direction, so that big brow is providing some shelter, but I don't think it's going to get too cold. I think a low of about 5 degrees, which can't really complain at those temperatures for this time of year, the end of November. By now you would expect some frosts, but not so. It's just been a very mild autumn. So this is the spot that I had my eye on. Just down here, I looked on the map on Google Earth and it looked like there was some potential along this ridge. Just give you a look at the sun setting over there. Beautiful. And we're sheltered from the wind, although there is evidence of cows in the area. So this spot looks half decent. So we're back at our camp spot now. Look at that, beautiful. But the sun is, it's pretty much just dipped behind the hill there, so I think it's going to get dark fairly shortly. We had a walk up there, but we couldn't find anything better than this spot, so we're just going to get in, hang around for a bit, make sure there's no risk of getting caught, and then we'll get the tent pitched up. I'm using my little Abisco Light 2 tent, so I know that tent well enough to pitch it in the dark, even though I do have a head torch, so no worries. There are a few houses on the other side of the railway lines over there, but I don't think they'll really be able to notice us once we get tucked down into this bit here. Even if we're using our head torches, we'll still be fairly stealthy. So this looks like a natural fireplace. It's kind of got a little chimney and it looks a bit smoke stained, so in the past that's been used as a little fire. There's some evidence of campers been here before. A bent tent peg. Looks like the basis for a little fire there as well, a few sticks, and again a bit more smoke blackening on top. So people have been here before, and looks like they've had a wax candle on the go in a tin. So I've been using these Big Agnes ultralight stools now for, well, since we've done the West Highland Way earlier on in the year. Really nice actually. They weigh about 500 grams. They don't have a back on them, but I've never really found it a problem. And when you sit in, you get a little bit of like back support from this bit here. So it's a really comfortable alternative to something like the Helinox Chair Zero, which is twice the price of this. Pretty much the same weight. It has a back on it, but it's quite low to the ground, whereas this, if you can see, sits pretty high. So they're fantastic, these. I'll put a link below to where I bought it from. So we're just about to tug into some dinner. We've just got a couple of freeze-dried real Termat meals here with pulled pork. And we've got those handy little pouches from Valiant Peak. They're like insulated pouches and you can stick your food in, and they come with a plastic bag as well, so you can keep it clean while you're eating. They're handy to keep your power pack and your batteries warm as well, if you chuck them in your sleeping bag overnight. This is smelling good. Oh. What do you think of these real Termat meals, Tris?
Quite like this one.
They're definitely the best ones that we've ever had, I think. Something to eat are pretty good, but the real Termat, I think, they're the streets ahead, aren't they, really? But they are more expensive. But we tend to buy them in bulk. You know, if you're going to be using these a lot, you might as well just stock up and save yourself some money. So we're finished with dinner now, and it's it feels like it's about 9:30, but it's 5:15. Everything's just got really dark out there. It's totally overcast. We were expecting a clear night. I don't mind coming out in the winter on these kind of long dark nights, as long as you've got some stuff to look at in the sky, like stars or UFOs, even aeroplanes coming by. A little bit of interest, but out there it's just cloudy and it's really dark. But yeah, the wind seems to have died down a bit. It's supposed to be a bit gusty during the night, but we're nice and sheltered here. So I think Trish is going to get into the tent shortly and just set all the beds and that up, and then we'll you know, kick our heels for a few hours. I've got some wine, might have a glass of wine or two, and then probably hit the hay about 9ish, I reckon, and get up early. And we might try and walk round the moor back to the car in the morning, which is the route we wanted to do on the way in, but we just got here a little bit too late for that. Well folks, I'm blinding myself with this light I've got for the camera, but we've just been sitting here, me and Tris. There she is there, hiding underneath the buff, but we keep seeing flickering lights coming from Skelton Tower. It's a bit creepy, isn't it?
I think it's the ghost.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone there, otherwise you would see headlights kicking around, but it's just flicking on and off, so a little bit strange. But we've had some of the clouds blow away, so we've got to see the night sky, which is good, because that's what we came here for. But it seems to have clouded over again. But it's about 10 to 6. Time is passing slowly, I'll be honest. But we've decided to open the wine at 6 o'clock, so 10 more minutes of this. 6 o'clock, it's time for the wine. Tris, if you can just oh, it's full, isn't it? No. There you go.
I'll turn it around.
It's going to be a bit of a manoeuvre. This should make the night go a little quicker. Bit of red wine. It's yours.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's just loose.
So we've brought the Yeti mugs out again. These are cracking little cups. They're a bit heavy. They weigh about 400 grams, I think. But it's great for keeping your coffee warm and keeping your wine from spilling. Cheers, Tris.
Cheers.
It's not bad. It's cheap wine.
The cheap wine.
It's cheap wine. This. It's actually it's from a box of wine, Sainsbury's house wine. 13 quid for a 3-bottle box. I was actually gonna mull it. We've got some mulled wine spices, but to be honest, just can't be arsed, so we're just going to drink it as it is. But it should be pretty nice mulled, I think, this stuff. So we're just sitting here, and I swear I can hear music. Can you, Tris?
Just faintly.
You listen carefully. I reckon there must be something going on in the pubs down in the valleys. What do you think?
Maybe.
I can hear violins.
Let me tell thee all the fate that did befall. Hey, my gun. When outsiders came and tried to stay
Morning everyone. I put a little bit extra alcohol in the stove this morning so I can just warm myself up. It's like a little campfire. We've got a couple of cups of coffee on the go here. It's about 7:30. We woke up at 7, which was pretty much first light, and Trish is just in the tent packing all of her gear up, and then we'll get the tent down. I think you've got to be stealthy up on the North York moors. It's amazing how these trees are just growing straight out of the rock. Have a look at this. We've got a birch here. I mean, it's a decent sized trunk as well, coming out of the rock. And I think this one here is an oak tree, and that looks like willow. And they're all just growing straight out of the rock. Another birch there coming straight out of the side. Is that a birch tree? Yeah, I think it is, yeah. Really stunted, but huge trunks on them. Time for some coffee now. It wasn't a bad night last night. We didn't hear any animals around the tent. We just had the few sheep that came to visit in the night. But other than that, it was a quiet night. I kept the door open on the tent, or like half open, because I knew it wasn't going to rain. So we haven't got that much condensation in the tent, but there still is some. But it's pretty mild. I mean, it's mild this morning. It was mild all night. I was really warm in this sleeping bag. But yeah, it's a little bit gloomy this morning, so I think we'll just drink our coffee, get packed up and head on out. Coffee, madame?
Oh, that's nice.
It's red hot, man.
Cool it down.
So the Fjallraven Abisko 2 Light, it's a cracking little tent. I think it's probably one of the best one-person 4-season tents out there for the room you get. I mean, it's sturdy enough, you can't double pole it. It weighs 2.1 kilograms, which is pretty light for a 4-season tent. The only downside is it's a bit of a squeeze for 2 people. You can see the porch size there. You can get 2 big backpacks in there, but not a lot else. And in the sleeping area, you can pretty much just get your 2 sleeping mats. So it is a bit compact for 2. I mean, it's ideal if you know that the weather's going to be really nice and you're going to be outside for most of the evening. You're just going to dive into sleep. But it's not great for bad weather. When the bad weather comes in, you've got to sit in it for however many hours, which we have done on a few occasions now, haven't we? And it's a bit cramped. So we're all packed up now. Leave no trace as always. We've just left some flattened grass where we had the tent. Just making sure all of our bits and bobs are packed away. We've taken everything from where we were boiling water. So we've left the place exactly how we found it. So we're going to head on out. Are you ready, Trish?
Nearly.
So I've just come up to get some footage here, and as I'm climbing back out, I just realised this little plaque here, which is screwed into the rock. It says, Ian McDougall, something shine upon you, end of part 1. I think that must be a little memorial plaque, perhaps to Ian McDougall. If you liked to come and sit here, you can certainly see why. So we're back at Skelton Tower. Now last night Tris saw some strange lights and we thought it was coming from the tower. And the first light this morning when we got out of the tent, we looked through the trees and pretty much where the lights were coming from was the tower. So we figured that there might be someone around here wild camping, but I couldn't see anyone this morning, and there's no one here now. Any signs or anything, Tris?
No.
Must have been the paranormal then, do you reckon?
Maybe.
Yeah, it's like it's rumoured to be haunted, so I think
Could have been candles.
yeah, unless, I mean, it could have just been a dog walking with a head torch, like, but I don't know, I doubt it. I think it's the paranormal, to be honest. Whew. So we're back up on the Levisham Moor. See, it's a bit misty over there. There was a big herd of Highland cows up here yesterday, but they're not here this morning, which is a bonus. I don't like walking through herds of cows. I was so happy that the Highland cows weren't around, but then we've just come around this bend and there they are. So we're back on the tarmac now, almost back into the village. So yeah, we're going to sign off. So thanks for coming along with us on this little adventure. It's been fun, hasn't it, Tris?
It has.
It was a long night, I'm not going to lie, but it's good to get out with the packs on again and do a bit of wild camping. So yeah, so as ever, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time.